Good morning to you all. I would like to welcome you back to Sonnet Institute of Technology. My name is Bruce Malaudzi, and I'm super excited to be your instructor. This is part 2 of 5 of the video series, DNS. This topic is suitable to associate network engineers who are preparing for the CCNA routing and switching or the CompTIA N plus exam. In this particular part of the video, I'd like to further elaborate on how DNS protocol works. Imagine that this is your home network. There is user 1 and user 2. Both users are connected to a layer 2 switch that is connected to a router. The router then connects to the internet or your internet service provider. Imagine that user 1 wants to go to an online store such as Amazon. The user doesn't have to know the IP address of Amazon.com. What the user has to care is the URL to Amazon, that will be Amazon.com. The user will type in Amazon.com. Depending on the DNS server configuration to this system will send DNS query up to the router. The router will forward the DNS query to the right server. Imagine that this DNS server configured on the system is Google public DNS, that will be 8.8.8.8. The server will respond with the query with an answer back to the client. The client will then have the correct IP to Amazon.com, and then the client system will send the query and request the resources to Amazon.com on the correct IP. The user right here doesn't care what happens behind the scenes. DNS server resolved the IP to domain name behind the scenes. Imagine that user 2 wants to go to gmail.com and retrieve their mailbox. The user will type in gmail.com or yahoo.com. Depending on the configuration of the DNS server to this client system, the client will send a DNS request to the configured DNS server. The server will then respond with the correct IP to Gmail or Yahoo. Then the client will send the requesting resources to the correct server using the correct IP, that is gmail.com or yahoo.com. In essence, this is how a DNS server and client work. The DNS server by default listens on UDP port 53. We as users, we don't have to memorize the IP addresses of all the resources we need to reach. The DNS server does all the resolution behind the scenes. That is why DNS server is very important in today's World Wide Web. I hope this has been informative, and I'd like to thank you for watching.